On the surface, Zoh Shia is a technological marvel, a successful genetic splicing of the world's most powerful black dragons merged into one unkillable guardian of Wyveria. But underneath, a confused, angry monster whose body is a prison for its own mind. When we fight Zoh Shia, we can clearly see what creatures Wyveria pulled its genetic material from. And two of those creatures in particular would not only lead to Zoh Shia losing its mind, descending into madness, but would also directly lead to Zoh Shia destroying Wyveria. Deep inside this lumbering monster is the genetic code of both Safi Jiva and Fatalis. Safi Jiva is confirmed to be a rival of Fatalis, and Fatalis, we all know, has a burning hatred of humanity in Wyverian. They took the two clashing personalities of god-tier rival monsters and forced them to coexist within the same mind and body. This makes Zoh Shia's entire life an unending internal battle for control between these two dominant personalities that built a sense of seething self-hatred, which we can see physically reflected in Zoh Shia's twisted and confused form. Even Zoh Shia's own body is so unsure of what it is that it's unable to directly resemble anything. But even this internal conflict it had was outmatched by its burning hatred that it held for its creator. Wyveria forced Zoh Shia into this existence and programmed it into servitude, forced to do the bidding of the people it wants more than anything to wipe off the planet, eventually becoming mentally broken by having to endure the state of its own existence. Zoh Shia finally snapped and broke free of its programmed servitude and destroyed Wyveria. But it wasn't rage alone that was the motivator for this, and it wasn't even the primary force behind Zoh Shia doing this. The main reason Zoh Shia brought Wyveria to ruin was Zoh Shia's desperate desire to sleep. The war inside Zoh Shia's mind became louder than any battlefield, and the only peace that Zoh Shia could imagine was silence. The only way it could be freed of this torture of its own mind was to destroy its creators and go into an endless slumber. This is why, after destroying Wyveria, Zoh Shia didn't go on a rampage or even leave the area. We just find it encapsulated, resting after all this time. It wanted to never wake up, and then we forced it to. So now it's mad again and realizes that humanity and Wyverians will never let it sleep. With Zoh Shia now angrier than ever before and able to indefinitely revive and replicate itself with the power of the Dragon Torch, the guild will have no option but to destroy the Dragon Torch. This, however, will unveil an even greater threat that's been buried all this time. Hidden within the heart of the Dragon Torch itself is a white Fatalis, the true source of its power all along. The only thing preventing this white Fatalis from regenerating and returning all this time was Zoh Shia and the Guardians draining its energy through the Dragon Torch. With the Dragon Torch destroyed and the white Fatalis being liberated from its prison, it will put down the final Zoh Shia once and for all, and will then seek revenge on its captor. But why was the white Fatalis sealed within the Dragon Torch in the first place? To find that out, you'll have to come back. And in the words of a legend, this is just a theory, a game theory. Bye!